Brooklyn Bridge was the first bridge. Did y'all know that?
Okay, here we are on the Brooklyn Bridge, 126 years old, here in 2009.
Make it, do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger.
My name is Ron Schweiger. I'm the official historian for the Borough of Brooklyn, appointed by the Brooklyn Borough President, Marty Markowitz. It took 14 years to build the bridge, from 1869 until 1883 when it opened, on May 24th, 1883. The bridge was built with steam power, hydropower, manpower, and woman power.
She was the last one to be credited for this bridge. A lot of people don't know that. Her name is Emily Roebling. You know what I mean? John A. Roebling and Washington Roebling, they built it too. That's father and son, but she get more credit, I think, than anybody. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't even say her name or even mention her name.
At a time when women did not go to college and did not have college degrees, she took over the everyday runnings of the building of the bridge. And all the workers, all men, respected her and took orders from her. And right behind me on the tower of the Brooklyn Tower, there is a plaque honoring Emily Warren Roebling. The history behind this bridge, how it was built, and why it was built. Keep in mind that at one time, the city of New York, Manhattan, and the city of Brooklyn was a separate city at one time. From 1834 until 1898, two separate cities. And the business, the commerce between the two cities was going to be joined. And finally, John Roebling, a master bridge builder, was contacted. He built the bridge connecting Covington, Kentucky with Ohio. And that bridge is similar in design to the Brooklyn Bridge, but instead of having a double arch, it's a single arch. And they contacted him, he came to New York, and as they say, the rest is history.
I mean, it's pretty much what I expected. I mean, big, obviously. Yeah.
I must say that it's really beautiful and it's warm walking on it. So.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful place, but I like the view from far from the bridge. When we are far from the bridge, it's kind of a beautiful place with this old structure and everything. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, here we have one of the four main cables of the Brooklyn Bridge. The cables are 15 3/4 inches across, and inside each cable you have 5,434 steel wires. So that means each cable, each of the four, has enough steel wire to stretch from New York to San Francisco and up to Seattle, Washington. We're right now right in the middle of the bridge, halfway between Brooklyn and Manhattan. And I'm standing right on what's called an expansion joint. And the name explains it. Bridges are alive. They move. They have to move. So these expansion joints allow the bridge, the roadway, to expand in the heat of the summer, to contract in the cold of winter. And this allows the bridge to stay standing. In fact, right next to me over here, we have some steel beams. And if you're very, very patient and stare at it, you can actually see one of the beams actually moving, in and out of the other beam as the bridge breathes to stay alive.
I think Gangs of New York, Goodfellas.
Yeah, it's Spider-Man movies and stuff like that. So, and of course, Sex and the City.
In the Sex and the City movie. So I expect more romantic view and less noise, and that's it.
You saw the Sex and the City too?
No, not really.
I think the first time I've seen this bridge was in New York, 1997. An old movie with Kurt Russell. It was magnific.
The Brooklyn icon. It's a New York City, it's an American icon because of the craftsmanship of the way this bridge was built. It's a bridge that is known all over the world. If you go to Italy, you can buy chewing gum called Brooklyn chewing gum, and the symbol on the wrapper is the Brooklyn Bridge. People from all over the world come to New York, and they come to visit and walk across the Brooklyn Bridge.
The bridge symbolizes to America, it symbolizes freedom, it symbolizes everything. Look how many people come up here throughout the course of years and years and years for sightseeing, you know what I mean? They look, they ask questions, you know what I mean? It's freedom.
It's like a huge monument of American architecture, so, I mean, it must come from there.
Yeah, I think it's the same as symbol of New York.
Of New York.
Yes, more of New York. Yes, it's part of the town, I think, yes.
Over the years, I've been asked a few times a question about how long can the bridge last? Well, it's now 126 years, but as long as the bridge is maintained for its durability, if the rust is removed and the bridge is painted on pretty much a regular basis, the cables are inspected on a regular basis, there's no reason why the bridge cannot last for hundreds and hundreds of years. It's 126 so far and counting.
Thank you guys. Guys like y'all make my day on for real, for real. What? For real.